Hello, thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For this week's read, for the main part of the read, I'm using the Astro Matrix Tarot. Here's the box. And astromatrix.org is the website on the back. Hopefully that'll focus. I don't think there was like a creator. There should have been. I don't know. Either my brain skipped a beat or it's just not there. If you go there and you want the deck, though, go there. I didn't see like a creator. It's just dawning on me now. For the support of Oracle cards, you are Clairvoyant Oracle Cards by Belinda Grace, illustrations by Elaine Marzin. Website on the back here is rockpoolpublishing.com.au, A as an apple, U as an umbrella. I have updated dice. So I have a 22-sided dice I'm going to use for the major arcana. I'm using number 22 as the Fool, so I'm making that adaptation. And I get a 14-sided dice for the minor arcana, and I use a 4-sided dice to choose the element it's going to represent. And mathartfun.com is the website for that one. Hopefully you can see that website if you're interested. Okay. And with that, if you would like a reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information that's below, same email. And let's go on to your read. Hello Capricorn. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Capricorn? Got the wheel at the bottom. I was trying not to look at it, so that's why I looked at it. But the wheel's here. Earth doesn't usually like the wheel. And Capricorn is Earth. But we'll see. Okay, so that wheel is there. Alright, the wheel's probably already in play. Because I get, like, you got some 10 of Wands going on here, and you're feeling stuck with it. Just because the Wheel of Fortune shows up doesn't mean you're going to let it win either, not for nothing. Somebody might be trying to spin that Wheel of Fortune on you, but you might do your best to slow it down and get it to go where you want it best you can. So it's kind of like, if there was a picnic planned and all of a sudden it's a stormy, rainy day, it's kind of like, well, move it into the pavilion. We're still having a barbecue. I'm still having my potato salad. It may not be the best barbecue, but we're still having one. It could be one of those things. Let's see. I do want to go here. So the energy is good with this. This situation typically goes where you want it to go. Well, typically goes where you expect it to go. The Wheel of Fortune shows up there too. This isn't the first time the Wheel of Fortune is trying to ruin your day. This is not the first time. But you have overcome it, or you made it the best you could. It's kind of like, you know what? I didn't get exactly what I wanted, but it still went as close as it could. I didn't give up, and I'm not gonna give up. The weather didn't go my way, but I still didn't give up. Again, we had the barbecue in the pavilion. It still worked. Still had my potato salad. Still, saw family and had a good time. We had a little chimney. We were able to maybe have a little barbecue there, or whatever. We did it the way we needed to do it, and we're happy that we did. So this has happened before. This is not the first time this has happened to you. I also see, like, this is more one of those situations where how come this Wheel of Fortune keeps showing up? Because I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm doing this moment where I'm like, how many times has this actually happened? It's kind of like let's say it's a family reunion. You do it every summer, for example. Just say that happens. How many times have we planned this barbecue and we've had rainy, stormy times? How many times has that happened to us? And I feel like I'm kind of like, is there a different way to do this? Is there a different way we can plan this to have a better outcome? Even though I really like having this outdoor time, I really like doing this, but is there a way we could plan this a little better to where we could have a better outcome? Or is this just what we're kind of stuck with? Because when I get that 8 of Swords, I kind of feel like, yeah, but this is when we can all come together and we all like being outside. We all like that. It isn't ideal when it rains, but, we're still together and, the weather does what the weather wants. And I feel like you're very, very realistic about that. And you try to work around it the best you can. Um, what is this? What is this? We'll use the dice for that too. All right, so you got the Chariot card showing up on the dice. You also have it showing up in your outcome here, and you got the Knight of Cups showing up. Um, People want to do something different. And I keep getting something about that Wheel of Fortune, and people are like, the weather, we can never depend on the weather to do what we want it to do. Every now and then that happens, and I know it's not every time, but it just kind of does damper the day, kind of ruins the day a little bit, in my opinion. Maybe we could do something different. How about we plan a different type of activity for everybody to get together and, have a reunion? I keep getting like somebody saying like, instead of getting together in the summer, we could get together in the fall and we could rent this banquet hall and we could have a meal together and we can do stuff like that together or whatever. We can get together and see each other then. Maybe that would be better. Somebody's bringing forth ideas because they're really bent out of shape with this Wheel of Fortune situation. And it's not like you like this whole Wheel of Fortune situation either, but you like, I like that picnic, I like it outside. And when it does work out, it works out great. And when it doesn't work out, it's still doable. And it's kind of like, I don't want to change what we've been doing. I don't want to do it differently. I like it the way it's been. I accept that wheel is there, but the wheel does not rule my life, and I work around it. That wheel will not take control of my life. That Wheel of Fortune does not control me. I will have what I want. Optimistic energy from Capricorn. Okay, good. So every time I get the Chariot card in astrology, the Chariot card talks about Cancer. In astrology, Cancer and Capricorn are opposites. They have similar values with family and friends and home, but they have totally different ways of doing it, and they can drive each other nuts. It's very kind of like, one says it's black, the other says it's white type thing going on there. So I keep getting you're trying to keep it where it is. You're kind of like, no, it's good. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. No matter what we choose, there's going to be obstacles. If we choose to go somewhere else, there could be monetary issues, or other people, they don't have the time off at that time of year, or people have busy things, or kids are in school, so it limits it to the weekends. And people don't like to do that. You know what I mean? People don't like their weekends taken up doing that. So it's kind of like, no, we should keep it in the summer because, the kids are more available and like it's easier for the parents and everybody else. And like, there's not as much going on for certain people. So this would be better. You're stating your case and you're making a good point. I get that. You are negotiable to a point. So what does this mean? So I feel like, all right, we're doing this one day. We're putting all our eggs in one basket for one day, whatever. Maybe we could change it to like, maybe it's a camping weekend. Some people, maybe they want to show up on a Thursday and leave on a Tuesday. Let's make it a camping weekend. And like, we'll have the actual reunion on a Sunday. That's when we'll have everybody get together, but like maybe some people want to be there the whole weekend and they can have a camping weekend, and that way we have more chances of things going the way we want. And that way also, if we find out, okay, it's going to rain on Sunday, but Saturday's going to be a better day, we could possibly move it to Saturday and everybody can show up on Saturday. I'll be there anyway, so it doesn't bother me. I can do either day. I feel like you're giving other ways to do things. You're giving options. You're giving people workable options. People are like, I don't know why we're contesting it so much, but I do get like, it's becoming a struggle to keep things the way you want them. And there's a lot of sideways comments I'm getting. I'm going to roll the dice on that too. I got messages here and I got the Page of Swords. I just feel like there's a lot of sideways comments, but we got to be careful not to invest in those things. Things changing quickly, people saying things they probably shouldn't be saying. Comments from the peanut gallery that I feel like we don't need. Capricorn is strong. Capricorn holds the line. We know this. I've probably said this in many Capricorn readings. I have a lot of Capricorns in my family. And if there's one thing I know about a Capricorn, you do not push a Capricorn because they will hold the line like nobody's business. You don't push a Capricorn. It's just really one of the worst things you can do if you're dealing with a Capricorn. You don't push them. You just don't do it. It's counterproductive. It's never going to work in your favor. You don't push Capricorn. I sometimes wonder if Capricorns know that about each other, because again, there's a lot of Capricorns in my family, and I sometimes see Capricorns trying to push each other, and I'm just like, y'all know that ain't gonna work. Why do you do that? like neither of you are gonna move. Like, why are you doing that? But anyway, I stay right out of those arguments too, because that's not gonna help. I already know that. Like my 2 cents is not warranted there. I'm just staying out of it. But I've seen Capricorns do that to each other, where they try to push each other, and I'm like, you both know you won't move. Why are you doing that to each other? But if we can disconnect from the peanut gallery and their comments, I feel like that's a lot to ask. But I get that. I see it as manipulation. Certain people might know that you're going to hold the line if they kind of rib you a little bit. Stepping back from the situation and realize when somebody's trying to play you is the key. That's the key. So if people are saying things, it's better if it's through text. I hate to say that because it could really aggravate you, but if you can step back and reread things and realize that like somebody's playing a game here, or maybe more than one person, because I feel like if you see it, you're going to be like, we're not playing that game. That comment was rude but unnecessary. And you might table it, is what I'm getting. Kind of like, I don't like that comment, but that's not with the current situation. So I'm going to table that, and we're going to come back around to it. But right now, we're not going to address that. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to put that to the side, and we're going to finish this conversation. We're going to finish this situation the way I want it finished. And then when this has been settled, then we'll circle back around, and we can talk about these little sideways comments people want to make. As long as you see it, and you step back and you actually see it, I feel like you'll be fine. They're just trying to give you a heads up about that because we don't need this game. We don't need this game. Like, table it for now. And I don't think you even need to acknowledge that you heard it or saw it because we're not playing that game. Just put it to the side for you and then come back to it on your time, on your terms when you're ready. There's an opportunity for this situation to go very well and for you to get what you want. Both. Not for you to just get what you want, but for you to get what you want and for people to get along. There's an opportunity here. If somebody had something to say and they shouldn't have said it, however that goes, we want to deal with those people off on their own. We don't want to make this a group thing. So, for example, if there's a family text or a group text or a friend text or whatever it was, and this person, somebody put that in that text and they really shouldn't have. I don't feel like we want to talk to them via text to resolve this situation, but I do feel like we want to do one-on-one. So I feel like if you can, if possible, either talk to them face-to-face or kind of like, I'd like to talk to you on the phone. Can I call you? Send them that text. Kind of like, I just want to hear your voice, blah, blah, blah. Talk to them directly, deal with it one-on-one. You said this, I saw that. What did you mean by that? Why did you say that? Deal with it one-on-one, resolve it one-on-one. If we can do that, I feel like that doesn't have to be a problem. That doesn't have to add in later. We don't have to have exponential issues later. Let's just deal with it directly, put it away, done. Done. What also they're saying is like, realize that there is random energy in this situation. If people are just random, let the random be random. If somebody said something offensive and they shouldn't have said it, yes, we need to deal with that. But if somebody's just being random, like they're just the random people that they are, let them be, because I feel like that's a whole other thing. There's this opportunity here with that. Can we talk about that real fast? Knight of Fire, it's random. Random energy. If somebody's being random, leave them to their own. Leave them to their own. I don't know what's going on, but that's going to present a different opportunity to you later. I know Capricorn likes to plan. You like to know what's coming. I know you like the coming attractions, but like when something, if there's something else in this conversation, like somebody said something that they shouldn't have said, all right, we're going to deal with that. But there's also another energy of just something random going on. It's not, you're not going to know what's happening until they don't even know what's happening. The energy is so random that you could try to like nail it down to like this is what's going on, and they might mean that in the moment, but it's still going to change. If there's a random energy here, let somebody else sort that out. I just feel like that's not for you because it keeps changing, because it's so random, it's just going to cause more aggravation. Leave that to somebody else to fix. Leave that to somebody else to fix. The opportunity is like, let somebody else handle that. You don't have to do that. I know you might want to, but like by trying to put it where it's supposed to go, it's not going to stay there. That's really going to aggravate you. If it becomes somebody else's problem, then somebody else can fix it. And that can be that. Because there's somebody else here, the Queen of Cups, that might take over on that random energy. Don't keep in contact with that person. Don't be caught up in the gender in this either. It can be any gender. But whoever this is, just leave it to them. Just like literally don't connect with them on that. However they're going to fix it, let them fix it. Don't even be a part of it. Because it's constantly random and it's just going to aggravate you. Heads up on that. The situation when it finally finishes off, there is a kind of a contrary energy here. But like I feel like especially that random energy, if you're not addressing it or dealing with it, other people in this situation know what you expect. And if they feel like you don't know what's going on, if they at least feel like you don't know what's going on, they're going to work to keep it to where you expect it to go. It goes more to your advantage. If they think you know what's going on and you're aware that that's going to be random, they're going to let it be random and let it just, the chips fall where they may. Does that make sense? Like if you stay out of it and you let somebody else fix the random thing or deal with the random thing, that other person is they're going to know what you expect. And if they don't think you know anything about what's going on, they're going to try to make it as seamless as possible, and they're going to try to keep it within the designed boundaries. But if they think you know, they're not going to put in that effort. So I don't know if there's really advice there. It's just kind of like you decide what's best for you. If you're like, nope, they need to know I know, and that's how it is, then that's your business. But if you're okay with them at least thinking you don't know what's going on and letting that work out to your advantage, that could be the way to go. It's up to you, whatever you feel is right. Because I feel like I feel like people don't want this to be a problem and they want to keep you happy. So I feel like you might be more in a situation like to find better things here if you just at least let them think you don't know what's going on. Because I feel like they're going to kind of like bend over backwards trying to make it right for you. I mean, it might as well. Might as well. I keep saying think because I feel like, well, no matter what goes on, in some way or other, you'll probably know what's going on. Kind of like, oh yeah, it's random. That's always random. If they think you're keeping hands off, though, I feel like this other person will try to make it right. Or at least try to make it make sense. Alright, I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.